It's Dan and Dago, and it's another episode, but with a new name, a new little twist of Compas off the beat. Wait a minute. Who put this manure in the script? I bet it was that sneaky, that sly Gilberto. You can't trust that guy, and that is why ever since today forward, I have baptized him as Gilberto Ramzano. That's why the Twitter streets are calling us Compas off the beat, which is actually pretty funny. Hey, kudos to you guys on the Twitter sphere. The internet remains undefeated. But let's get serious for a second. There will be no, and I mean absolute no slander against Gilberto here today. All of us at Compas on the Beat are happy for Gilberto's move as the Rams beat reporter for the OC Register. You can't be angry at the guy. He's chasing the bag. He's got to secure the bag. It doesn't matter. It's just a professional move. There's no emotion involved in it. It's just X equals MX equals. Oh, you see, your boy's bad at math, but it makes sense because it's a life lesson. There's no emotion. It's just strictly good business, like in Pirates of the Caribbean 3. It sucks that he's not going to be covering the Chargers anymore. So now I'm going to have to see whose tweets I'm going to have to alert me about my team. But on the bright side, he's taking it. He is taking it. He is taking that curse that he brings to the team and moving it to Thousand Oaks with the Rams. So any Rams fans out there who are listening who think they were about to go for a repeat, bye-bye. You can just wave at those desires goodbye. I'm wearing black and gray for your funeral or your hopes and dreams, Rams fan, because it's over. So best of luck to Gilberto, and I'm sure the listeners are eager to hear your behind-the-scenes story for the move. But it's not all about Gilberto on this episode of Compas Off the Beat. Yeah, it's okay to call it that for a day, but just for today. We'll move on after that. The Compas will give us all their training camp previews for the Chargers and the Rams. Who cares? That's right. We're doing both teams now on this here, your favorite program. Let's get together. Let's do it. The Rams report on Saturday and the Chargers check in on Tuesday. I'm so pumped. Football's finally right around the corner. We've been to about 2 Padre games this year, and every single time I step into Petco Park and I smell the grass, all I can think of, man, when the hell's football back? I am so hyped. I can't wait for football season. After the camp previews, your boy, your lad, Dan and Dago has a few questions for the Compas. And Gilberto will break down the Ryan Garcia fight. But before we get to this electrifying episode of Compas Off the Beat, I got to promote our new social media channels. The Compas are now on the Twitter. Follow us at Compas OTB, and the OTB is capital. Don't you forget it. But it doesn't end there. We also made a TikTok, however you want to describe these things, where you can find us at Compas on the Beat. And of course, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Compas on the Beat, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers before the NFL season. And who knows? Maybe, you get a cool free shirt of the Gilberto prototype that says shovel included, because that man will bury anything you hold dear. So don't make it public what you love, because he will bury it like the Undertaker and make it rest in peace. Okay. Now it's time to get to the best damn podcast in the universe. And it's Compas on the Beat, yo, Jabron. Don't you dare forget that, Jack. We ain't going nowheres. But anyway, all the way from South Bend, Indiana, play the music, Nando. Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I am Fernando Ramirez. I cover Notre Dame football for the South Bend Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Rams reporter for the LA Daily News and Southern California News Group, Gilbert Manzano. What's up, bro?
I guess today you really are asking, huh? What's up, bro? What's going
What's
on in
up,
my
bro? That's
life?
why I'm
And
asking you. Honestly right now. I've seen your Twitter blow up, your Instagram's blowing up. So I gotta ask, what's up, bro?
do it again. Why not? It's
What's
one of those
up, bro?
days. Yeah. Okay. You could ask me today. Today's a day you could actually ask me what's going on in my life because there's days I'm like, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk right now. Let me just do what I got to do. But today I got to talk, right? I got to share what's going on in my life, and I'm still
Everybody's
going
been
through.
everybody's been wondering. And people ask me. I'm like, why are you asking me? Ask him.
And that's why we have the podcast. That's why you get to
Exactly.
have when you have your own show, my show, our show, whatever. You get to talk about your career, and all kidding aside, it's even hard for me to talk about right now because it's a lot of mixed emotions because I'm going from something that I really enjoyed for 4 years, which is covering the Chargers, to something different, new. It's a little kind of I get maybe a little nervous to figure out what's going to go on here, covering the Rams. But the same employer still Southern California News Group. One of the biggest things is people got scared that I was leaving the SoCal News Group. You're leaving the OC Register, you're leaving the Daily News, and I guess I'll start with this, Fernando, for my goodbye with the Chargers because um, people thought I was really like leaving when I did the post like that. And sorry for tricking people because I know some of my colleagues and editors were getting asked questions like, "Hey, is Gilbert leaving?" Like the Orange County Register. But the reason why I decided to separate it, and I know Dan, they go, "Well, call me a diva because I wanted more attention." Sure, that's part of it. But the real reason is because I wanted to make sure when I said goodbye and I'm done with the beat, I wanted to make it about the Chargers. I just wanted the focus to be Chargers and say thank you, Chargers fans. Thank you to anybody who supported my work while covering the team because I just wanted to be about that in that moment because let's be real, there's a rivalry between the Rams and the Chargers, and I didn't want people to kind of, you know, they're gonna call me names. That's okay, and I don't want people fighting in the comments.
You didn't
But I
want people to
want,
throw flowers at you and then light them on fire,
yeah, that
basically.
too. Like I just want, there you go. You can call me an egomaniac, all that, but the real reason is I wanted to say thank you, Chargers fans, because the memories are amazing. You're a big part of it, Fernando. Chargers PR, Chargers beat reporters, Chargers fan. The reason why we have this podcast is because we are Compas on the beat. But the joke is now Compas off the
Off
beat.
the
So
beat.
none of us are covering the Chargers. Kind of a little funny there, but that's why I'm so grateful. We started this show based on the memories we created with the Chargers, and also informing the readers that we had, the people who follow us on Twitter. They wanted to know us as people, and that's the thing that I really enjoyed about when I made it just about the Chargers. It felt nice to know that people were really like they enjoyed our work. That when I'm sure it happened to you, Fernando, when you left and went to Notre Dame, or be the beat reporter at South Bend. It felt nice to like, hey, people actually enjoyed your work, and it felt like a relief. Like nobody telling me, okay, take a hike. It was more like, thank you for what you did.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to just thank them back, saying, hey, these were great memories. That I'm never gonna forget. I'm always gonna be, a Chargers beat reporter at heart. It's gonna be a special place in my heart. So that's why I did it. And again, just thank you to all the Chargers fans that like, man, Fernando, the comments that I just kept going through, on and on and on. Like I got overwhelmed. I'm a person of emotion. So when I got it, I was like, oh man, I don't really cry, but I do kind of like, oh, okay, this is not what I expected. It was more than I thought. So again, I know some people didn't like the announcement of going to cover the Rams, but I just wanted in that moment to be the focus on Chargers fans, and anybody who supported me and anybody who helped me out throughout those 4 years.
You know what's funny? I even got a little like, oh wow, because some people were putting, oh my god, Fernando first Fernando and now Gilbert. Like, what the hell? Like, oh now the Compas are like with no Compas anymore, and it's crazy because I mean I've been around the team for 9 years. You've been around it for 4, so it kind of feels like a big part of your family, especially when you're barely starting out. I mean, yeah, I mean we could be whatever, but like we barely are just starting out in a sense our journalism career. So I mean, being around the teams and all that stuff, it's a part of us, I guess. So, but what excites you the most about your new journey covering the Rams?
Yeah, before I get to the Rams, let me just say this, Fernando, because it was a little kind of nerve wracking. When maybe I was kind of saving myself for the trader comments. That's why I separated. That's part of it too a little bit.
I thought you were gonna say for
But
marriage.
whatever, Fernando. But when I did the Rams announcement, I just wanted to be careful. I don't want to offend anybody, or I know there's a rivalry. It's all about what is it? Fight for LA, whatever you want to call it, the rivalry
I
there. And I know it's fierce. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna get here? I think we all joked with each other on the Compas group text. Victor, the producer, Dan and Dago, the promo reader. We were joking how many people will call me a traitor. And then the funny thing, I will only count maybe 5 or
yeah,
6 that were really truly angry at me for leaving.
but those are the
And
funniest ones.
yeah, and it's okay. But the other ones that were doing it was all in good fun. And the great thing about it, when the ones that were having fun with it, is because they know our personalities. They know us from the
Yeah.
podcast that we like to have fun. It's okay to poke fun at me. Danny and Dago does it all the time. But I get it. It's mixed emotions going from Chargers to the Rams. So for the most part, that was the biggest thing I love about covering the Chargers, because uh, you know, I try to be a professional as much as possible. Give you the facts, keep you informed, give you some analysis while I'm at it, but also being respectful and fair. And that's the way I got treated on Twitter. People were really respectful. There were some knuckleheads every now and then, but I do a good job of ignoring it. But when it came for an announcement like that, where, like, it wasn't the Raiders. I think Fernando, our friend Victor here, was making fun of me about it's at least not the Raiders. That could have been more backlash. But when it was the Rams, people were like, it's cool. You got to do what you got to do. And I really love that part. As you asking me for what I'm excited for, it's just something new, Fernando. In this business, when opportunity knocks, you got to at least listen to it. You got to consider these opportunities don't come often. And when I started talking to my editor and my bosses and my colleagues, I was a little unsure. I like what I was doing covering the Chargers, but it's never a good thing when you're comfortable. You got to go and chase it and go for it. And I started listening, and the more I listened, it started working out for me and my family. So, I don't want to get into specifics, but behind the scenes, it had to be, just right for me to do this, because I enjoy going to work, working with Chargers beat reporters and Chargers PR, and being around the fan base. So, for me, it had to make a lot of sense. But the biggest thing, Fernando, is just learning. And in this business too, when you I don't know if it sounds weird, but you're connected more, like going from the Raiders to the Chargers to the Rams, the more people as a beat reporter, it's better in the long run. You connected. We're all about getting sources and breaking news. So my goal is in the future to eventually maybe cover both teams, Rams and the Chargers, or the whole NFL. So for me, it was a stepping stone to continue my goals and what I want to pursue as a journalist.
I mean, and that's the thing that's exciting, I think, is that it's a new team. There's so many personalities on that team that, I mean, some of your stories are going to be real. I can't wait to see you see what kind of stuff you do there. But I mean, just a quick question. You're still doing boxing though, right? We're still going to get, yep.
Yeah, we'll get into it later, but I just covered the fight, so that's not going to change. I won't do it as much. Same thing, kind of the period I was doing with the Chargers when it was the off season, or I had time, where it was just a really big fight. That I'm going to overwork myself to do it. So that's not changing. Again, sorry for the confusion. I'm not leaving SCNG. It's just a different beat. So for me, it's again, it had to take a lot for me to really go and change the beat. But I'm excited, Fernando. And like I said, man, when opportunity knocks, you got to go for it. And we'll see how it goes, But I have to move now. That's going to be something that's interesting. I have to go to Thousand Oaks now. That's going to be a drive. And that drive from, I think, your camp visit. So a lot of things are going to be new for me. But again, I'll get used to it and figure it out.
Yeah, no, when Dan and Dago, Eric, a good friend Eric Williams, and I did that drive, I was like, dude, what the heck? Like, it keeps on going and going and going and going, and then you finally get there, and you're like, wow, okay. So it's definitely a huge drive, and then obviously when you're coming back, but the good thing is, I mean, at least the Cowboy, or at least they're in Irvine for training camp.
Yeah, no, I get like a month, maybe a month to settle in, and then I'm doing short drives, and then by then I got to figure it out. So, there's a lot going on, Fernando, and we'll see. And part of it is going to be changes with the show too. We're still gonna, that's the other big part of it. Before I forget, Fernando, is we're still gonna talk heavy Chargers, and
Yeah.
you're covering Notre Dame. You'll have time to keep an eye on the Chargers too. Obviously, your brother won't stop talking about them, even though if I'm gonna try to say tone it down, he won't. So Chargers fans, listeners of Compas who are rooting for the Chargers, that part's not going away. It might be a little less because we do want to be a show that talks about the entire NFL. Again, we're trying to get bigger, not just individually, but as a podcast. So it's okay. Keep, if you don't want to follow me, I get it, but follow the Compas on the Beat Twitter account. It's a plug right there. Vic will enjoy that one. But overall, man, just stick around. We're going to take care of the Chargers. I know that's why this show exists, because of that. So we won't ever forget them.
Yeah, Gilbert, but like you said, we're trying to get bigger. We're trying to do more, but we will do some stuff focused on the Chargers. Like you said, Dan and Dago is going to be doing that. So he's still going to be a part of it. I'll still keep an eye on them. So it's going to be interesting. And honestly, I'm excited for what the fans have. But Gilbert, from the bottom of my heart, I really hope that.
Guess who's here? Guess who's here? Gilberto!
You just interrupted me.
Ramzano. Oh, your little message was so beautiful. I pulled out a little hanky for you. It was so glorious. So glorious. No, it was a good message. I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing you. But
Wow.
if anyone thought that we're going to stop talking Chargers, do I need to pull out the shield again, fellas? Do people need to see it? Because guess what's right here? And it ain't going nowheres. Nowheres. Look at that. Look at that right there. The helmet. Do I need to put on the jersey of the son of Odin?
We're good.
The god of lightning?
We're good, Dan.
Are we good?
Yeah.
I don't know to say it.
You know what's the funny thing, Danny boy? We kind of planned for you to give your reaction of me leaving. But good job on catching me off guard. I was surprised when I heard the glass break, the Stone Cold. I was speechless for a little bit, so I couldn't even take a shot at you. But you know what the best part, Dan? You didn't take a shot at me. You haven't done it yet. So thank you. We're on the same page for this one, right?
That's right. That's right. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I am so excited for you to go to the Rams for two reasons.
Oh, here it comes.
What?
Here's the
What?
shovel.
No. There's no jabs ever. Just truths. Your boy Dan
Okay.
and Dago, you know what he does? He has a little revolver, metaphorically speaking, don't take it literal. And I'm just loading every cylinder with hot takes. And just like Clint Eastwood in any of his westerns, boom! You get it right there. So anyway, real quick. Number one, I'm happy for you, man. Like, it is what it is. You're going to the Rams. Like, Hollywood, I'm sure you'll get some great guests over there for the Compas. Supposedly, everyone goes out there. They want to be like USC from the 2000s.
Dan and Dago may show up in Irvine.
Exactly. You said I might show up in Irvine?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they ready for a riot? Malice in the Irvine? I don't know. Can they handle Dan and Dago's energy? I don't know. But
Dan, get some more nice things about me. Say more nice things.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah. Here's the other thing.
It's hard for you, I know.
Do you have the comment from the Instagrams? If not, I'll say it. I got that thing memorized. That was beautiful. Let me tell you essentially. I'll paraphrase it. Do you have it or no?
That's Fernando's apartment, but I know what you're talking about on the comment.
Okay, I'll paraphrase it. What it said, here it is. Yeah, bring up that glorious thing. Zoom in so I can see. Where is Maximus? Oh, it moved? Anyway, yeah. Maximus.
There it is.
There it is. Mad Maximus 21 has the comment of the day. Stamped, signed, sealed, and delivered from your boy Dan and Dago. By the way, the Maximus name, immediately love Gladiator. Love that film, but that's
come on. Just
yeah, I know. I'm getting to it. What he says is, for the audio listeners, he says, Gilberto! Congratulations. I see what you did covering the Rams now and putting that Gilberto curse on the Rams. Let's go, baby. None of this. Oh, I have the Chargers this week. I take a fat L. Now, the Chargers are playing 4D chess, and so is the OC Register. So tell them, for the betterment of this year program, I appreciate them. My run is coming. My time is now, like John Cena says. You're going to go over there to the Rams, and you know what's going to happen? They're going to play the 49ers.
Okay. uh, thank you, Victor, the producer. Thank you. That was enough of Dan and Dago. He got his point across, and we have to go to the next segment. This is why we have Victor, the producer, on the show to get jabronis like Dan and Dago off the show when they've used their time up. And I'll say this real quick. I'm doing the rant, but it is the ultimate test of the curse, Danny boy. It is. You're right. If I leave, because I'm over there chasing the ring with the Rams, and the Chargers win the Super Bowl after I leave, it's done for me. I know already. It's the ultimate test. There's no coming back from that. So I get it. I'm ready for the challenge. We'll see what the Chargers do. If they win the Super Bowl, I'll take all the blame for the previous 60 years. I don't care.
I don't think we could find, if that happens, I don't think we'd be able to find Dan and Dago if they win the Super Bowl.
He wouldn't even care that I was a curse. Actually, he will thank me. He will carry me.
He would think, he would thank you. He would thank the OC Register. He would thank everybody for that. Exactly. But Gilbert, speaking of that, let's get into a little some excitement. Training camp's almost here. It's a couple of weeks. It's a week away almost. So let's get into some camp battles. I mean, I know that you're still you still know the Chargers very well. You were around for 4 years. Let's start off with the battle at right tackle. That's the one thing, Gilbert, that you and I have been talking about all offseason, that we're like, okay, like they fixed every other position. What's up with right tackle, bro? What are they gonna? What are you thinking, Gilbert? Right now, it's looking like it's Storm Norton versus Trey Pipkins. And I've seen, I've seen a lot of videos of Trey Pipkins working with offensive line coaches, with doing a lot of work. I don't know, but Gilbert, what do you think for this one?
Yeah, come on, you're leaving us some details, Fernando. You got to tell the listeners, because right now we're proving the point. We're still talking Chargers. Look at that. I leave. We're still talking Chargers. I'm still talking Chargers. Exactly. But training camp opens July 27th? Oh, no, 27th. They report 26th, and they have the first practice in Costa Mesa the 27th. So yes, there are camp battles that we are looking for, and things that just catches our attention. And I still know this team very well. So yeah, we're gonna start off real quick with the right tackle. The two candidates for sure, the two finalists. You won't like the names. Storm Norton, Trey Pipkins. They are vying for the right tackle position. Go ahead.
Do you think they bring in somebody before camp starts, or these are the two?
Fernando, it's I know we're recording kind of early, but we're midway through July. No, that's it. Okay. And that's the one thing that we got wrong, because we started believing in all the Chargers, like they're all coming in, they're gonna figure it out, and they didn't. So that's
I mean, to be fair, bold. there wasn't really much out there in a sense, I guess. But fair. yeah.
But but then that kind of shows that you could have taken care of it, early, a lot earlier. Trade in March, free agency, the draft, but whatever. We're not looking backwards. Now we could talk about it if they don't get it right and say, hey, they got it wrong in the offseason. But they're rolling the dice. They're trusting their coaching staff, Brandon Staley, Joe Lombardi, Brendan Nugent, that they could develop maybe Trey Pipkins, who's training out there with Duke Manyweather, Rashawn Slater's coach, and also a renowned trainer for offensive linemen. One day Dan and Day will be up in that category. I say nice things about him. But definitely they're banking on Trey Pipkins being developed. And if that doesn't work out, they're kind of just banking on Storm being decent, reliable. The one thing that I'm always saying this because Brandon Staley told me this as a reason why I shouldn't worry. But when Storm was there for 15 games last year, Justin Herbert threw 5,000 yards. So they're not too worried about it. But I always go back and say, well, what about that last game against Max Crosby when the playoffs were on the line? It didn't work. So that is, I know we have other camp battles to talk about.
Oh, so who wins it?
Question mark. I say just because they want to see what Trey has, and he was a 3rd round pick in 2019. They're gonna just say, "What do you got, kid?" and give him a chance, because I'm not convinced that those 2 starts last year were out of this world. They were more like scheming around it, playing it safe, going to the left side, all that. He did his job.
Exactly. Okay.
But I'm gonna give him a chance and see how he does. That's what I'm thinking there.
Running back to I'm gonna go. I'm with you. I say it's Trey Pipkins as well. Running back. What do you? So obviously, this whole Austin Eckler notion that Austin Eckler wants somebody to take over for him and blah blah blah. Obviously, the Chargers want more than just a one-back system. You have Isaiah Spiller, Larry Roundtree, Kevin Marks, Joshua Kelly, and Ladee Brown, obviously vying for that running back 2 position.
You're going deep here.
Huh?
You're going deep for the running backs.
Well, I mean, it's every running back. I mean, yeah, I guess it's because
You
one
can find a
undrafted
gem
free
this
agent,
time of year.
one undrafted free agent makes it, and I think it's going to be a running back this year that does. Gilbert, what I'm gonna honestly, I think even though he's a rookie, he was drafted in the 4th round for a reason. I think Isaiah Spiller is going to be the guy that takes it. I know that Austin had some things to say, about him, obviously growing as a rookie and everything. But I'm going to say that Isaiah takes running back spot 2. I just think that he's going to grow into the position. He's big, he's athletic, he's fast. I think he's going to be a good playmaker for the Chargers.
Yeah, I'll keep it quick. Maybe the real question should have been who's going to be RB3, because for sure it's going to be Isaiah again, number 2 as a rookie. And the real question is like, how many running backs are going to keep? 4, 3? They drafted these 3 guys the last 3 years, man.
No.
Joshua Kelly, Larry Roundtree, Isaiah Spiller. Who's going to win between Larry Roundtree and Joshua Kelly? I'm not.
Are they going to even? I mean, maybe an undrafted rookie. I've heard. You know what? I've heard of this kid. I mean, I don't know his name right now. He's from God, where is he? West Virginia. I can't remember the running back's name, but like, I mean, something's got to give. To be honest, I think one of these running backs is gonna make it out of here, but I mean, it's gonna be questionable to see who is gonna be running back 3. I think an undrafted guy can do it, but let's go to wide receiver 3, Gilbert. You know what it's going to be. It's Jalen Guyton versus Joshua Palmer. I'm going to go Josh Palmer. I think Josh did really good things last year. I think he grew towards the end of the season. Man, that catch against the Raiders on 4th down, that was incredible. I really do think that he's going to grow into his own. And then obviously he's been working with Justin after practice. So what you got?
Yeah, this is the one that people keep asking me a lot for fantasy football purposes. It's weird. Joshua Palmer doesn't fit a role of need. Jalen Guyton does. Fernando, he's fast. Yeah, have you heard of that? He's fast.
Yeah, I've heard it.
And the funny thing about Jalen Guyton, every time there's a highlight reel for Justin Herbert, who's on the other end of it? Jalen Guyton.
Yeah.
But it's a small sample. So he has 4 or 5 home runs, and then like he's batting like 150 under the Mendoza line. Victor, that one's for you. So he's not consistent. And you know who is? Joshua Palmer, a guy who has traits of Mike Williams, physical, jump ball specialist, and then a guy who could play around the line of scrimmage, get targets like Keenan Allen. If Joshua Palmer has traits of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, he's going to find a role, crack door and open and make it work. So I know it wasn't that big of a rookie year, but I'm convinced that kid's going to keep going up and play better.
If it's between Braden Fayoko or Jerry Tiller, who makes the team?
I don't know. I think Fayoko is just because he plays with a high motor, and at this point, I think maybe the Chargers are ready to move on.
And I think he grew really well last year, and I really felt towards the end of the season the Chargers kind of liked where Fayoko was coming, and they want to stop the run, and I really think the addition of Morgan Fox tells you a lot of where they're going. But now let's move up. We're like the Jeffersons. We're moving on up. We're going up the 5, and we're going up to your new territory, Gilbert. I hope people acknowledge you the way your tribal chief likes to be acknowledged. By the way, I have some juicy stuff about. Well, I'll save that for later. But there's some juicy stuff coming out about that. Rams now. There are some battles. It's just the rich get richer, to be honest. It's just like battles that you're kind of looking at and you're like, running back. They have Akers, they have Henderson, they have Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams, obviously, he's dealing with I think a broken ankle or broken foot that he
Where
suffered
did he go to
during
school, by the way, Fernando? This is
he went to Notre Dame. I know. I was supposed to talk to him during mini camp, and he broke his foot the day before I went out there for practice. So, Kyron's a really good player. I think he's going to be a good 2 or 3, but I don't think he's the number 1. I mean, just real quick, I'm just going to give I think Cam Akers is going to be the workhorse for those guys.
Yeah, I think maybe more the question is like, who's going to, stay healthy and be productive, because all those guys are dealing with injuries. Cam Akers, I don't think you're going to call him injury prone, but he tore his Achilles last year, and it was pretty cool that he came back in 5 months and he played in the Arizona wildcard game and did great. But then he couldn't find his rhythm after that. So I think now with time off, he'll be fine, and then he'll get that job. But the after that, like it's kind of like unsure. Like Darrell Henderson was drafted kind of high, and he hasn't done anything. He's been dealing with injuries, and that's why they drafted a guy like am I saying it right? Kyren Williams,
Yeah.
Kyren Williams, because they were unsure about the committee there. So
You're
that's
gonna
gonna be
like
fun to
Kyren, by
watch.
the way.
What was that? You gonna
Kyren
enjoy?
talk, Kyren
Okay.
Kyren talks. He's
Okay.
I asked him at the draft, how do you feel like you did? How did it look like I did? And he's like, sexy. He's like, do you see what I was doing out there?
Wow.
And I'm like, okay.
I like that.
I did it during his pro day, so he's actually really good.
And
But my bad. Sorry for cutting you.
no, I was
But
gonna say before we go to the next position for the Rams, I want to give a shout out. I should have done it earlier to my colleague Kevin Modesti, who I'm taking over for covering the Rams at the SCNG OC Register, because the reason why I just remember about Kevin, one, he's been great throughout this whole process and talking to me, but he gave me a bunch of notes about the roster. That's why I knew about the foot for Williams. He took time out of his day to give me notes on every player on the roster, man. That's right there. That's a coworker, that's a teamwork. So shout out to Kevin.
that's called a cheat sheet. All right, wide receiver 3.
I need it.
Van Jefferson, Tutu Atwell, or Ben Skoranek. Skoranek again is a Notre Dame
Good
guy.
job on the last
I talked
name,
to
yeah.
him. Right. I'm gonna be quick with this because this is your beat, but I think Van Jefferson is gonna show out and I think he'll show some things, and I think he's gonna win that third receiver spot. But I think all three guys stay in. Each one of those guys is gonna make their mark somehow. And that's the thing about the McVay system. They like to interchange guys and they use them to the best of their abilities. I feel like all three guys will do well, but I think Van Jefferson's the guy for them.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning that way. But the big thing about this is, like, the Rams lost. Well, we don't know yet for sure. But Odell Beckham Jr., there's like little whispers that he might come back, but he went through a torn ACL. He won't be back anytime soon. And they lost
October,
Robert
November.
Woods. Yeah, so these are two critical
Yeah.
guys. So yeah, they got Allen Robinson and Cooper Kupp is going to be a stud still, but they need the number 3, and these guys haven't. All three of the guys that you mentioned, haven't been consistent. So it looks like it could be Van, but I've seen all these guys make plays. They just who's gonna do the most and get that third spot, because that Sean McVay offense, when it's clicking, everybody's getting fed and contributing. It was great that Cooper Kupp took over the Super Bowl. I still can't believe that was final 2 minutes with Matthew Stafford and Kupp and everybody was hurt. But you need more people to contribute. So we'll see. But I am going Van Jefferson.
This is going to be the interesting part, Gilbert. Von Miller obviously left. He was a huge part of why they went to the Super Bowl, why they won the Super Bowl, because of the pass rush that he had. I think he really added a different dimension to them. Now he's gone. He went to Buffalo. They get to see him week 1 of the season. Man, you get fireworks to start off your season, Gilbert. You get Rams and Buffalo Bills. That could be a Super Bowl preview. Edge rusher 2, Justin Hollins or Terrell Lewis. What are you thinking there?
Yeah, from doing some research and also reading the cheat sheet from Kevin, it sounds like Justin Hollins is already guaranteed he's going to win that job, or maybe he's been promised a job. But Terrell Lewis supposedly was like a specimen. I think Alabama. Hopefully, got that right. I'll get better. Sorry.
No, he was.
Okay,
I remember
okay.
him.
I got that.
I remember him.
Okay. Yeah, so they have people there, and that's the one thing that the Rams do well. They draft and develop, and guys leave, and then guys step up and they fill the spot. But it's just like they're not household names. Like you went from Von Miller and Leonard Floyd to like, okay, there's some unknown there, so it's gonna be big. Especially you want people to help out Aaron Donald up top.
2 quick questions real fast. Matthew Stafford, Jalen Ramsey kind of have injuries. Will they be? You think they'll be good to go during training camp?
Yeah, that's gonna be probably the biggest. That's my Fernando. When we say when we see each other, hey, what's your story? And it's an injury, like those are always so easy for us.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's a topic. It's gonna be the first day of camp. Matthew Stafford, Jalen Ramsey. Is Matthew Stafford ready to go? He didn't throw a pass at all in the offseason program. I think he had something. I gotta remember this, arm or shoulder. I think it's the arm. And supposedly they've been saying he's gonna be fine throughout the offseason. He'll throw the first day of training camp. We'll find out. The Jalen one is tricky because he had shoulder surgeries, like his friend, good friend Derwin James, but Derwin James had it in February. This is like June. And when they say that he'll be ready for training camp, the people always say that, but sometimes it's not, and it's going to be a tough one there for Jalen Ramsey to get back. But if they're saying he's going to be fine, we'll see, and we'll get more of an update. But that's going to be a storyline for the whole summer.
Does Jalen Ramsey's little brother go into camp with a new contract? Does Derwin James get into contract? Does he get in with a new contract or not?
I say yes. You got to pay that guy. He is the heart and soul of the Chargers. And shout out to Derwin James because he made my job a lot easier.
Exactly. All right, guys. We're gonna go and see what Dan and Dago's got cooking up, and then we'll come back for Ask the Compa. So now it's Gilbert's favorite person, Dan and Dago.
So glad the camera is back on this handsome lad. You're one of your favorite characters. Your boy, Dan and Dago, the best promo reader in the game. I thought Gilberto's sad goodbye speech was never going to end, but I kid. Today, we are nice to you again, and it's all good. We love Gilberto. He's a great guy, despite his little takes on things and all that. It's all good. He's one of my favorite people that I know, to be honest. I get excited when I drive north and I get to see the man who buries all, but that's all right. We love him. And again, congrats on the new opportunity, and don't you forget to take that curse with you, because Charger fans, we're playoff bound at this point. Okay, now let's promote what I got to do. If you're looking to advertise with the Compas, send us an email at compasonthebeat@gmail.com. We're looking for sponsors before the NFL season. Let us know if you want to partner with the best damn podcast in all the universe. Do not hesitate. Reach out to your boys. Compasonthebeat@gmail.com. You won't regret it. This is a great program that we're building here. Now let's get back to Compas on the Beat, because I have a few questions for these lads. Hashtag Ask the Compas.
Now it is time for Ask the Compas, where I'll take a little bit of a backseat and I'll let Dan and Dago drive this Ferrari. I'm going to tag him in right now.
Hit me.
Let's go.
It's his turn.
Let's go.
Wow.
Don't you worry, Gilberto. You are in the best possible hands anyone could be in. Let's get straight into it. Let's see this Ask the Compas. We have this person over here, Jeff, asking the Compas, what is up with the microphone situation
Already?
during NFL pressers? Who said something? You threw me off. I have to read continuously. What are we doing? No interruptions. You're gonna throw me out. Let me start from the beginning. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what's kind of ironic though, Danny, before you keep going, we were just, talking about how bad your microphone is, and now you're reading this question. So that's kind of funny.
What are you talking about? My microphone's amazing. I sound great right now.
We help you.
My angelic voice. I'm always worried that because I'm so loud, high energy, the opposite of Gilberto over there, that I'm going to be too loud. I don't want to make our listeners lose,
right,
read the tweet hairs and everything.
Daniel, because you're a terrible host, I'm going to give some context real quick, and then you can read it. But hashtag Ask the Compas was from our Twitter account that we just started. Victor is helping us with the tweets as well, and we want people to be involved with the show. So we had a tweet saying, hey, give us your questions. This is your opportunity to bash Fernando and praise me. And have a hashtag Ask the Compas. But yeah, so this comes from Twitter. I know it takes a while to build I guess a Twitter fan base. Is that the right word? I don't know. An audience. There we go, an audience. And thank you for the people who already followed, because we're close to 200 followers. Let's get to 200 followers. So these are the few tweets that we got in. What are we doing here? There's music playing in the background. These are the tweets that we got in. We want more. We want you to be involved. Okay, Daniel, go ahead and read the tweet now.
All right, let us continue as I was interrupted. Here we go, children. Let me read you this tweet. So let me start over. These are non-prescription, so if I mess it up, it's because I can't see. What is up with the microphone situation during NFL pressers? Why is it so hard to consistently get questions mic'd? Also, given how few reporters there are in the room, why don't we have a list and a rundown? Oh, we love rundowns here at Compas on the Beat, who ask the questions in an order rather than everyone yelling. This is a very interesting question, because as a wrestling fan, I personally love Royal Rumbles, but let's see what you guys have to say about this who are in the room.
Fernando, I don't know.
That's up to the NFL and the PR. That's not up to us. I don't know. I mean, and I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody. I I don't know. That's just how we do it. We just ask
He
questions.
said NFL, right? So he's talking about
Yeah,
all the
it's an
teams. This
NFL.
guy has
Yeah,
a bone to pick with the entire league.
yeah. So I guess I don't know. I mean, I don't know why that it doesn't happen. And then how do you know there's only few reporters? There's a lot of reporters in the room.
Yeah.
And then what if they get down the list and they have to cut it off and they're like, well, hey, sorry, we couldn't. Oh, well, I didn't get my question asked. Why did he get asked 2 questions and I didn't get any? It'd be a mess. It's better if you just throw them out there and you're going back and forth and everything. So it's better the way it is. I like the system like that. Gilbert, I don't know if you have anything else, but I think the system's fine.
Yeah, real quick, my 2 cents. By the way, this guy Jeff here, he's going technical. He wants to know the behind the scenes, what's going on. I like that, a little bit.
Maybe Gilbert will do a TikTok on it.
Yeah, maybe give you
the TikTok king over here. You're gonna be best buddies with Juju and what's his name, the Mahomes brother.
Hey, I don't care. I want the attention. But anyways, everybody's different. Like Fernando said, some teams don't really post or stream the interviews. The Chargers do. Credit to them. And also too, some people don't talk as loud, like Fernando. I'm more of a low talker. Seinfeld reference there, by the way. So everybody's different, and I think for the most part, you could listen, and it's a little tough to kind of figure out, but I don't really have a real answer there. Sorry.
Yeah, because I mean we don't do that with the NFL. All right, Dan. Next one.
All right, let's get to this next question. So this guy George. By the way, I like where George is headed right here. These are some questions I have myself. What are we doing?
We're looking at the future.
How do you think the AFC West standings finish? It's okay, George. Lads, don't worry about this. Chargers number 1. We don't need to spend time. Lock it in. Signed, sealed, delivered. Number 2. Is the Chargers Super Bowl run possible? Again, don't even sweat it, fellas. I got it. We're going all the way. Left? It's gonna be time.
Because who left?
Our time. Anyway,
because who left?
The last question. Who's your favorite NFL player of all time and why? What?
Number 2, who left? Why are the Chargers going to make a run? Who left?
Oh, I know why. I know why the run is finally possible. Because the Gilberto curse is finally what's it called? Like smoke. Evaporating. It disappears. You're a magician, magic man. Go get your curses, your black magic, and head over.
All right, Gilbert, I'll let you take number 1.
Who, me?
Yeah, go number 1.
Oh, we already know he's gonna say the Chiefs.
Yeah, I still until I see some games. Chiefs. What number 2? I could see a run. I think it might take the Chargers some time to get to know each other on defense, and they might start off kind of slow. But if they get into the playoffs and they're red hot, like the way Justin Herbert was red hot last year until, the Raiders decided not so fast. If he gets in and he's that hot, I can see a run for sure. But get in the playoffs first, step number 1. And the last thing, who is your favorite NFL player of all time and why? Randy Moss, the freak, the speed demon from Minnesota Vikings.
Number 1, I think it's going to come down to the Chiefs and the Chargers. I wouldn't be surprised if either one won it, but I mean, the Chiefs have had it the last, 5 or 6 years. So it's definitely it would definitely be a surprising dethroning if they did it. But I think those two are the best teams in the AFC West. I could see a Chargers run to the Super Bowl as well. The only thing is that you're gonna have to keep up with some of these teams, and just know that if it comes down to it, you might have to play in cold Buffalo in January. So that might be a little tough having to go to Buffalo in January. But I could see that happening. Favorite player of all time. Honestly, I really don't know, just because I love like a lot of different players at different positions. I'm probably gonna go Ed Reed. I used to love Ed Reed, the way he'd fly around, the way he would really challenge opposing quarterbacks. I love the way he would know exactly where everything was gonna happen. So I think I'm gonna go Ed Reed as my favorite player for right now. Ed Reed is my favorite player of all time.
Okay, so what we got next?
There you go, lads. Let's get on to the next one. So here's one for you. I'm going to give you guys a few names of shows that are coming up and upcoming, and you're going to say watch or skip. So go into what? Someone say something? Over here throwing me off. I'm over here trying to improve my hosting game, and you laugh whispering in my ears.
You're actually doing a good job until your butt interrupted you, by the way.
Name in Game of Thrones with the little birds or whatever.
Okay, go.
Whatever that guy's name is. Anyway, so here are the shows. You're going to say watch or pass. We're going. So the first one is She-Hulk on Disney Plus. We'll start with the man of the hour himself, Gilberto Ramzano. Watch
me
or
that.
pass, Gilberto.
What the heck is a She-Hulk? What's that?
It's the woman version of the Hulk, but she's like a doctor and like a lawyer. I can't remember. Like she's a genius, basically.
I think she
So
was a
that's
lawyer. You
a
can't put two
lawyer,
and
yeah.
two together, Gilberto,
And
over there.
she's basically the opposite of Bruce Banner. I think like she's a lawyer. She's all that. So
She can control
No.
her emotions too, I think. Like it's not
Yeah.
like how the regular Hulk would become like angry and then he just
Okay.
like had no,
This-
Bruce Banner had no
this
idea
sounds
what
terrible.
happened after that.
I'll just say this: I'm not a big fan of Marvel, so that's already a downside. And if I do like Marvel movies, I ain't watching the Hulk. The Hulk movies are terrible. There's multiple people who play the Hulk. I forget the first one, but I didn't like his movies, and the second guy I didn't like his movies. So why should She-Hulk be any different? Skip.
you don't like Mark Ruffalo?
Oh, that guy has his name? No, I don't really care for. I just don't like the Hulk. He's cool in the Avengers for a couple minutes, but I don't like the movies.
Well, yeah, they neutered him, dude. He was like non-powerful or non-factor the rest of like the way. It was terribly done. Whatever. Frown, let's go. Your turn.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass too. I don't have, honestly, I'm kind of at the point where I'm kind of like, okay, there's been enough Avengers, enough Marvel, like, and I love all that stuff. I loved reading the comic books. I loved all that stuff, but I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, okay, dude, can we like take like a 1 or 2 year break and then start bringing that back? But Disney's gonna milk this crap until there's no milk left. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say pass. I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I figured. So all 3 passes. Cool. Now let's move on to the next one. Another Disney bright idea. Let's see what they got. It's called Andor, and that's also going to be on Disney Plus. That's the character from Rogue One who was played by Diego Luna. Diego Luna, if you don't know him, he was Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo from Narcos. Great actor. I love that
character. Are you asking me?
Oh, he was really good in Rogue One. So let's see, Gilberto. Watch or pass?
Yeah. Before you start, this is why you're a good host now. I'm being nice to you. You gave me the details. I was going to ask you what the heck is an Andor, because the only Andor, whatever, I'm forgetting the name. It's called Nandor because I love Nandor from What We Do in the Shadows. If you watch that show, you're going to be friends with me. But not Nandor, Andor. Diego Luna. If it's him playing it, I like his character in Rogue One. One of the best Darth Vader scenes, by the way. You like that, Fernando, from that movie? And I like Narcos. So he played a great role there. So I'll give it a chance, just because the storyline sounds terrible, by the way, but I like the actor, so I'll go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, I agree with Gilbert. The storyline seems a little weird to me, but fine, I guess I'll watch it. No lightsabers, that I can already guess, so that's a little disappointing. But yeah, no, I'll watch it. I'll see what Diego Luna has. I'll definitely check this out.
Yeah, but I mean, when they don't have Jedis, it's kind of cool, I guess, to see the other side of it. You know what I mean? Like to see how the rest of the regular little people were who weren't Jedis, cool enough to be Jedis. But anyway, let's go on to another one. If you are fatigued with the comic book stuff or the book stuff, here comes another one for you to get tired of. It's called Rings of Power. That one's going to be on Amazon Prime, and that is essentially like Lord of the Rings, which, mind you, I've seen Lord of the Rings maybe once when I was a kid. It was still on, I don't know if it was VHS or maybe DVD, but it's been like a good while, so I don't remember too much of it. So what do you guys think? You're going to watch or pass?
I would not say watch or pass. I will say I'll be forced to watch it by force. My partner in crime, Caroline, is a big fan of Lord of the Rings. She made me watch it
Girlfriend
one weekend, and
Novia.
So they forced me. I don't even get what's going on, but I like some of the scenes, so why not? I'll give it a chance.
You shall not pass.
That's like the one quote everyone remembers from those movies.
He doesn't remember it. He doesn't know it.
Oh my good God.
They were long, man. They were long movies, but sometimes I liked it. You know,
Caroline, you're gonna have to make him watch the whole thing again if he doesn't remember.
Please, no, don't.
Nos van a regañar, my love.
Perdóname, my love.
You guys are lonely. It's okay, but you have each other. It's okay.
I love my brother.
That's right, and I love him too.
No, I'm not really a Lord of the Rings fan. I've always been kind of more of like, I feel like everybody's always divided. You're either, I mean, and obviously I don't know, but I've always heard like it's like Harry Potter, Star Wars, and then the other side is Star Trek and Lord of the Rings. So I've kind of always been on the other side. I can't wait till they start doing more Harry Potter crap either. They're gonna they're gonna bring back Daniel Radcliffe. They're gonna bring back all those guys too to start doing movies. This is gonna be the never ending bring back everything that's worked in the 90s and then the 2000s because we have no more fresh ideas. But no, I'm not going to watch this. I've never watched Lord of the Rings. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. The only thing I know is you shall not pass.
Look at that.
So-
Brown's never seen it. He knows it. Gilberto supposedly watched it. He doesn't. I don't know what you're
Sorry.
doing over there watching movies, dude.
I tried.
But I'm kind of the same. Like, by the way, Brown, I think they are like, I've seen rumors on the Twitter sphere over there that all that stuff's happening. They're going to make like a post, I guess, graduation when they have the kids and all that, Harry Potter. But I mean, we'll see what shakes loose.
Maybe
You know,
Gilbert will finally finish 6, 7, and 8.
You still have not finished,
No.
dude? Didn't you,
what's so
start
funny?
like a year ago?
You know what's funny? I actually finished a 3-part series of what's the name of that spinoff with the animals? I already forgot.
You
Are you
watched
talking about Fantastic Beasts? That
Yeah, I
new
watched
one?
all
that
three
one?
of those.
Those were terrible.
Oh
The
my
first 2 were
God.
terrible, and again by force, I was forced to watch these. I didn't mind the third one because there was more like fighting scenes. With the
Scoliosis.
kids.
Yeah, I remember,
there you
dude.
go.
Your favorite spell.
The first 2 stunk, but I like the third, and I have not watched the rest of the.
Maybe
Dude, I
Potter
didn't even
movies.
know there
maybe
was
I'll watch
three.
the third.
It's
All
not
right,
bad.
go to the next one, Dan.
All right, let's go to the next one now. Now, this one, I'm going to give my quick 2 cents after you, lads, but this one is House of Dragon on HBO. What do you guys watch? or
I'm gonna go
pass?
quick. No, that last season
Whoa.
was disappointing. I'm
Wow.
good. That last season was so disappointing. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it ended. I can't trust them to do this. I can't trust them to be competent. So I'm good. No, thank you.
I don't know. Maybe Victor could leave me a message, but I don't know if it's the same writers or not. Is it George? No, he's a book writer. Whoever wrote the shows, are they the same people doing this movie or this show, whatever?
I don't
No. Okay, so I'll give them a chance. So, but Fernando, we shouldn't bash the entire Game of Thrones series because the first 6 seasons were amazing. It's just one
You
bad
built
season.
it up. You built this monster to just slam it down on the ground and say "f you" to everybody.
So just forget all the work they've done in the first whatever seasons they had.
Yes,
That's right, dude.
Okay. Well, anyways, that's not the point. There's different writers. I'll give it a chance. But yes, George R. Martin was involved or is involved in Game of Thrones and the Dragonfire. What are we talking about? What's the name of the show? Fire Dragon.
House of
Oh, there we
Dragons.
go. House of Dragons. I don't do this on purpose, guys. Sorry, I just have a bad memory. No, this one he's not in. Thank you, Victor.
No attention to details. What
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Nothing,
No
dude.
George R. Martin. That's another bad sign, I guess. So, but I just really love Game of Thrones. I know the last season stunk, but I love the show so much. I'm gonna watch it because, it's kind of like the Breaking Bad. After I wanted more, and I never really got into Better Call Saul and whatever other stuff. So, but I'm gonna go and give it a chance.
All
Yeah,
right,
but
next.
Better Call Saul, I think it was all
Yeah,
right.
gotta go
Wasn't
back.
great, and I feel like it almost tarnishes the character from Breaking
Ooh.
Bad. Like
Okay.
it was way
No-
better
no
in
spoilers,
Breaking
though. I might
Bad.
give it a chance.
Oh, well, that's fine. But I'm rolling with my brother. Ain't no way I'm gonna watch this unless the whole world. Well, I shouldn't say that. Unless I
I'll
am
wait
forced,
until
I'm not gonna
see.
watch
I
it.
waited until season 8 came out, and that's when I started watching it. So I'll probably wait to see if what people tell me. But
Yeah.
whatever. All right, next one, Dan.
Let's get on to it. The last one for all you karate
Yes.
master black belts out there is Cobra Kai season 5 on Netflix. Are you watching or are you passing?
I got one
I'm
word for
watching.
you. Hiya. That's a hell yeah.
Oh
Hiya.
my
There you go.
God.
There you go. Is it 2 words? Hiya? No, one word.
Yeah.
Hiya. Hiya.
I'm
There you
definitely
go.
gonna watch Miyagi Dojo.
We're very cultured on this here program, everybody.
That's a yes, by the way.
No, yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I can't wait. Gilbert and I are always like talking to each other about it. So yeah, I'm definitely excited. I can't wait till Cobra Kai comes out. I usually binge it the night of.
But
Oh, well,
but
there
real
you go.
quick,
I've
it's
never
kind of
seen
like
it though.
we know it's gonna be a train wreck. Like it's getting worse by the season, but we still like it. We
Yeah.
like the fighting. Eagle Fan Karate.
They've-
Shout out.
They've dragged it along a little bit.
yeah,
I'm kind of
but-
like,
We're
you
still
could have
watching,
finished.
though.
You could have finished it. No, and I am gonna keep on watching, especially because Reese got thrown in jail, and like the kid disappeared to Mexico to go find his dad, who's like illegally in the country. I'm like, okay, like, and then what's his name? Johnny's now gonna go down to Mexico to go find him. Like, dude, this is starting to turn into a mess. But sure, I'll watch it. Why
It's
not?
only 30-minute episodes for now. And that's the beauty of it.
I know. So there you go. I'll watch a train wreck, and I think they've done a really good job with it in a sense. So I'm down to watch it.
Thank you for giving me that quick summary. It sounds terrible. I
No,
shall
it's
not
not.
watch this.
It's good. No, it's good.
Have you never
I've been
seen it?
No, I've
I've
been
never
trying to
seen
get
it.
him to watch
Wow.
it. It's good.
What's up with your
I
family?
instead
Like
was
you
watching-
watch shows alone. I got the sense.
Me, yeah. I watch.
Well, I mean, we all do.
Not all of them, but like, yeah, that's the one show I do watch by myself. No, you know who watches it? Little Daniel. Little Daniel watches Cobra Kai.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely. Dan, thank you so much for being here, tag teaming.
Another
you
great
got anything
host.
else you want to say?
The only thing I want to say.
So,
Wow. This is Vic's call again. I really like this new producer we have on the show. That's amazing.
Okay, so obviously it's time for your favorite segment, everybody's favorite
Ooh.
segment. No, and that was actually me that did that.
Oh, okay. That was Fernando.
Yeah. All right, let's get Dan and Dago out of the way. I know Gilbert sometimes knows there's a little bit too much Dan and Dago. I live with Dan and Dago, but I love my little brother. But thank you, Dan, for doing that. Gilbert, it's time. We told you guys new segments are coming along. We're gonna do some new stuff. This is now called Combat Compas. We're gonna be talking about combat sports. You guys know I love my WWE. Gilbert's boxing, UFC. We do it all here. Gilbert, talk to us. Tell us about the Ryan Garcia fight against Javier Fortuna. You were there. You were live in person, in color. How was it?
Yeah, you know us Compas, we love combat sports, Fernando, and we had to put this show on hold. We got all the training camp stuff out the way, football, but we wanted to talk about the Ryan Garcia fight. Not because it was an entertaining fight, but because we got him on the show, man. We had a whole big thing the week prior, so might as well see what happened with Ryan Garcia. But yeah, change of scenery for me. I'm next to an elevator at the hotel lobby because I wanted to sneak in one more vacation before training camp. Fernando,
Gilbert loves those vacations.
you know me, man. Anytime I could get it. But yes, I was ringside in Los Angeles, Staples Center or Crypto, whatever it's called. And I'll start with this, Fernando. Ryan Garcia, he put his career on hold for mental health reasons. He was on top of the world after the Luke Campbell fight. And people said, what are you doing while you're pausing? You don't care about boxing. You don't have the heart. You don't got it. You're too busy doing TikToks, this and that. Sometimes putting things on hold and being patient pays off because he's pretty much back where he was when he took that break. He took 15 months off, had that kind of boring, sluggish fight with Tega. Remember, Fernando, in San Antonio? Went 12 rounds. It wasn't an entertaining fight.
He even got booed in that one.
Yeah, and it looked rusty. So I was like, okay, maybe this guy messed up. But no, yesterday was kind of like a second coming out party. And the way Ryan Garcia earned respect just to be among the best was the left hook. The left hook is nasty. He dropped Luke Campbell. Now the thing, the kind of the ironic or irony part here of the return of the timeline. Ryan Garcia mentioned the timeline. The return was when he threw that left hook to Fortuna in the fourth round. It was very similar to the Luke Campbell fight. So it was like the circle's complete. He's back in the timeline, and then he took over that fight, knocked down in the fifth round, knocked down in the sixth round. And let me tell you about the KO, Fernando. That was an amazing 1-2 combination. Straight right, left hook, game over. The referee stopped it 27 seconds into the sixth round. And Ryan Garcia just looked like a different fighter. Like he, went back to his peak form and got better, found a different level. And Fernando, I'm going to say this, man, 140 pounds might be his weight class. And the funny thing, he kind of stumbled on it by accident because Javier Fortuna could not make weight. Last minute, he said, hey, 135, I can't make it. Let's do 140. Ryan Garcia gladly took it. He looked much bigger. His body wasn't decent. It wasn't not decent. It was in great shape. For me, it's decent. But he was in great shape. Sensational performance. Yeah, he wasn't tested much by Fortuna, who couldn't make weight, journeyman veteran. But man, when you got to just take care of guys and show that you are one of the best at your division, We got to figure out which division, which one, lightweight or junior welterweight. But overall, he put on the show. That combination with the left hooks were nasty, Fernando.
I'm a outsider looking in. I'm learning more and more about boxing. I'm getting in. I mean, I used to watch it all the time growing up, but I didn't watch it at it didn't like the way you know it. I'm still trying to gain it because, like I'm telling you, we used to watch Fernando Vargas, Oscar De La Hoya. Like I remember watching that with my grandpa when it was free on cable. So I remember watching all those fights, and I'm starting to kind of pick it up more. But man, Ryan just looked like he dominated the whole fight last night. And then obviously the big question was maybe he left his trainer, Eddie Reynoso. Maybe this new trainer doesn't know what he has in him. No, I mean all those questions were answered. I felt like last night. Gilbert, Tank Davis, I think he tweeted out, "See y'all at the end of the year after." Now this is the interesting part to me because I asked Ryan who's side A, who's side B when it comes to that. He's like, I don't care, whatever the numbers say, side A, side B. But he even said, I want a camera in there to show that I'm not the one running and it's him. Gilbert, is there a little Floyd Mayweather to little Tank Davis when it comes to maybe negotiations and stuff? Like if the numbers ain't right, he's not going to take it, or what do you think?
Yeah, Fernando. Obviously, I don't want to bury the lead, but real quick on the trainer part, what you mentioned with Eddie Reynoso to Joe Goosen. With Eddie Reynoso, real quick, Fernando. Sorry, I'm saying that again. Was he wanted to make him a defensive fighter? He wanted to change a lot of his approach. But Goosen was like, "You do this well. You look comfortable here. Let's take it to the next level." And it's the hand speed, the power, and he became an offensive fighter. But we'll see with the defense when he gets tested. But yes, let's move forward to Gervonta Tank Davis. He called them out, which I love to see. You call out, marinate the fight, get better.
The way he called him out too was hilarious.
Like, he pretty much said like, "Hey, people kind of took his words wrong. They're like, hey, I'm gonna go to 140. I am staying at 140." And they made it seem like, oh, well, Gervonta's not gonna go to 140. He's a smaller dude. Why would he do that? But I think I heard the quote, and Ryan Garcia said, "But if it's worth it, I'll stay at 135 and fight Tank Davis." That's what I heard. Maybe I misheard, but if this fight's available, Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis is one of the biggest fights that could be made in boxing. It's Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, and then I'm probably a close second is this fight here. So, like you mentioned with the Floyd Mayweather thing, Tank Davis. Let's be real. I think Tank Davis is the A side in boxing. Like if you talk about like social media status, I think Ryan Garcia is the A side. Like, man. Speaking of stories, Fernando, the section I was in, there was a lot of, I'll say celebrities, air quotes, in my viewing area. I didn't know their names, but I recognized them from TikTok. So I'm like, I know that TikTok guy, a TikTok person. They're all TikTok famous. So he brings out the TikTok people and the influencers, but Tank Davis brings out, athletes, and so does Ryan Garcia. But the A side thing, I think that's in favor of Tank Davis. He had 15,000 spectators for his fight at Staples Center not too long ago. Ryan Garcia only 11,000, but that was because the opponent wasn't that good. But overall, it is Tank Davis. So if Ryan Garcia says, "Hey, you take the money, you'll be the A side," and he's like, "But in return, can we come to 140?" That's kind of a fair trade-off. No, you don't think, Fernando? Because get the money and come to my weight class and make it happen.
Yeah, no, I mean you tit for tat. You do one, you do the other. I'm excited for that fight. And I mean, honestly, like, I mean, you're probably gonna be there if it's in LA, but if it's not, if it's in Vegas, we got to get together for that one because I want to see. I learn a lot when I watch them with you because, like, a lot of what's going on. And I like paying attention to what you say. But Gilbert, real quick, you got anything else on the fight or?
No, I know we got to wrap it up, but real quick, Michael B. Jordan was there, and I just want to give you a story.
That's what I was gonna say. That quick. Gilbert was he's gonna have to update his IMDb.
Yeah, in the middle of the fight or in between fights, there were the people from Creed 3 came out. Michael B. Jordan came out and said, "Hey, we need like this, the scenes where the crowd's in it and they're like screaming or chanting." Well, I saw it in person, real live, so I might be part of it, Fernando. But for a couple of minutes, I thought I have my phone out a lot. They probably won't put me in the movie with my phone out, so I put my phone away for a couple of these scenes here. And I reacted. I was trying to do like, a lot of drama, like boo or like get him out of here. So we'll see, Fernando, if I'm in
as a member of the media and he's booing.
Whatever. I want to be in the movie Creed 3. So that was kind of the cool part of this fight night.
Was this the first time you had ever done anything like that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see Michael B. Jordan kind of leading how to direct a movie, and hopefully I get a part, man.
There you go. Well, yeah. So this is it for Comeback Compas. You guys know what's coming up next. It's Una Más. All right, Gilbert, it's time for Una Más. Definitely some good stuff from you from over the weekend, getting to watch the Ryan Garcia fight. I'm sure we'll be able to see some more action, some more boxing coming up. Canelo Triple G coming up on Mexican Independence Day. And people, yes, that is Mexican Independence Day weekend. It's not Cinco de Mayo. For all you people who think it's Cinco de Mayo, that was just a small damn war won in Puebla. It wasn't as big in Mexico Independence Day. Is September 16th weekend. That's why Canelo always reserves it. So there you go. There's some
Fernando,
history.
you're such a killjoy in Cinco de Mayo. That's
No,
the thing
I hate.
you hate Ronda Rousey on the microphone, and you hate people celebrating Cinco de Mayo. That's your
No,
thing.
Ronda Rousey's terrible on the microphone. Oh, what I was gonna tell you is that there is growing frustration, Gilbert. I've been reading. There's a little bit of growing frustration that your tribal chief has not been on the shows, that he's not wrestling, that fans are a little frustrated that he might be heading to Hollywood. So they have been talking about maybe taking the belts off and giving it to people who are gonna obviously move the company forward. But it'll be interesting to see what this summer looks like and the coming months for your tribal chief, because I'm sure they're gonna keep one because they want the Compas, you and me, they want us there for when The Rock, the people's champion, in front of the millions and millions of The Rock supporters, when he goes up against your tribal chief, will Roman Reigns acknowledge him? Or will The Rock acknowledge Roman Reigns as his tribal chief? Or will he bow down to The Rock, the people's champion? That's going to be interesting, but definitely some things to monitor. But now it's time for Una Más, Gilbert. We always have some good stuff.
It's not a Compa show without a 1 minute of WWE talk and a Pat McAfee reference, and that's me doing it right here.
Do I get any credit for that? Because I did not.
You do.
Actually.
But the joke is that you're gonna mention WWE ones and then Pat McAfee one, so you did only one, so that's good.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, Gilbert. So obviously movies. I'm a huge movie nerd. I'm a huge movie buff. If you ask me, oh, do you want to go to this? Do you want to go to the club or do you want to watch a movie? I'm watching a movie 30 times out of 10. Like I'm not a club goer. I'm good watching movies. Fictional sports characters, Gilbert. Who's your favorite? Who you got? Anybody on this list? You can pick anybody who's not on this list.
Okay. You know, Fernando, I have a love-hate with Una Más because I kind of let you handle this, and I just need an idea of what we're going to talk about. You told me fictional characters or sports movies. I didn't know which ones. Looking at this picture, I love the list here. It's going to be tough, but I'll get to it. Man, this is give me a couple seconds. You know, is the name Falco? Keanu Reeves. I love the replacements.
You like that movie?
I love it. I think I was young when I watched it, and it was on TV. I kept watching all the time. It was football.
Remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at the halftime and when the Bulldogs won the Bowling Bowl?
He's great, water boy, but it's too easy. So I'm gonna go the Shooter McGavin.
Oh, you mother!
Oh, really? Okay.
No. You got it. You're fine. Go ahead.
He's just great in Happy Gilmore. He's a great villain. He's funny, and I love seeing whoever's running that account on Twitter, the Shooter McGavin account.
It's him.
Is it really him? I feel like it's like a parody account.
That's what they said. Like it is him supposedly. Because remember, he responded really fast with a video when Adam Sandler hit that hit. Like he responded like within 30 seconds and with a video. He's like, "You think you got what it takes to beat Shooter?" Watch.
They probably connected something.
They're gonna do a Happy Gilmore too.
But yes, I would love to see Shooter McGavin and the Bigfoot guy who got in his way, the giant.
R.I.P.
Oh really? Oh man,
a long time ago. He had
he had
that. I think he had that condition where you keep on growing until you pass away.
Wow. R.I.P. him. He was great. Him and Shooter together.
If you notice during the movie, he's holding on to a guy next to him because he couldn't stand up by himself. He needed a cane. but they had him stand next to somebody and he was holding on to him. He's like, "That's twice now, shooter. You can count, and you can count on me being in the parking lot." That guy is. Or what about the other guy, Jackass?
Oh yeah,
great movie. It's such a great movie, like all around. It's just fantastic. And then it opened the world to Subway. People didn't know about Subway until they saw it in Happy Gilmore. So
What's
it's
damn, I had no idea. Thank you for the fun facts, Fernando. This is why this is your segment.
To me, I will not take any Adam Sandler back talk. If people like try and crap on Adam Sandler, I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Well,
Adam
are you picking the Waterboy then?
Huh?
Are you picking the Waterboy then?
I'm actually taking the Great Hambino. Do you know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
Ham Porter from The Sandlot.
Oh, yeah. If you say you're killing me, Smalls, then I would know.
Yeah, well, yeah, but the Great Hambino. No, I'm gonna take Ricky Bobby. I love Ricky Bobby. I love his character. I wanted to take Rocky, but you're gonna say, "Oh, I already last week I did the whole Sylvester Stallone thing."
The Waterboy and Stallone, too easy.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do either one of those. I love Ricky Bobby. I love the movie. I love how the whole thing is. I love Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last. So definitely a great movie. Baby. It's just
that's what they call this show sometimes. You know, it's like shake and bake right here. Compas on the beat.
Oh, yeah, exactly. First you shake and then you bake. And then the French guy, I don't understand what this is with the shaking and the baking. What do you mean? Shake and bake. So it's definitely, I think it's definitely a great movie. Which I'm sad that John C. I'm really sad that John C. Reilly and him don't do movies anymore.
Real quick, one story. I know Vic, we got on our timeline, but a long time ago, I used to deliver pizzas for Pizza Hut, and one time when I was delivering up and out to Dina, John C. Reilly opened the door and ordered Pizza Hut.
No way.
It was during the Step Brothers fame.
What you were just
I'm like, oh, I know this curly hair guy.
That was it. You didn't even nothing.
I didn't get into it. I got starstruck and I'm like, oh, here's your pizza.
Did you tip well or no?
Oh yeah, I got $20. That's when I knew it was him.
There you go. That's a good one. Definitely another great episode of Compas on the Beat. Gilbert, again, I'm so excited for you. So proud of you. I know you're gonna have some great stories coming up. Don't forget to check Gilbert's recap from the Ryan Garcia Javier Fortuna match. Gilbert always gives it to you real. You know what you're gonna get from it. If you guys did not see our interview with Ryan Garcia, go check it out. Honestly, I think it's some of our best work getting him to open up and talk to him. So I'm definitely I thought that was a really good interview. And definitely, guys, we have some great stuff coming up. Training camp's about to start. Other things are coming up, and the Compas are definitely excited about the direction that we're taking this in. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us. Thank you for all the kind notes and tweets to Gilbert during this time, because obviously he needs it. The ego needs it. So definitely thank you guys for Gilbert. You got anything else before we head out of here?
No, I just wanted to make sure that I said, my goodbyes properly with the Chargers fan base. As a beat reporter, I won't be close to the team anymore on the daily. But again, I got to stop saying goodbye because it's not really goodbye. We're going to keep talking Chargers on this podcast, just like we had a training camp preview. I know it's kind of a brief preview, but believe me and Fernando are thinking of plans where we give both teams their time and attention. Chargers, we do Charger things, and then we do Rams things. I know you guys don't want to be together, so we'll make them separate. But today was a small sample size. We're going to keep doing more. Obviously, I combine my beat reporting work with this podcast. I'm glad that I get the opportunity to do that. So we're going to keep both teams in mind. Today was very brief, but follow all my work at the Orange County Register. Follow me on Twitter at gmonsanto24. And I know a lot of people stop following me for that, but if you want to stick around and come back, please do so. Fernando, I'm going to give you a plug because your season's coming up too. Notre Dame football, follow the guy. I want to say your Twitter handle, but I forgot. Real F Ramirez. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Follow him. South Bend Tribune. Subscribe. Support all our work, and definitely keep watching the show.
Yeah, but Gilbert, for the time being, it's time. ¿Sabes qué? Vámonos.
Ya nos vamos. Pues vámonos.